Maybe trying a little bit harder.
Are you?
Attentive with you. I'm like, do you want this, do you want that? You look nice. Constantly giving you compliments.
I don't want to flirt with you because like, that part for me is just like not there yet.
But you could be a little bit more flirty, I think.
Do we want to just dig me out how fucking awful I am?
You know, obviously the situation isn't about digging you out to state the things that are bad about you. It's just, you know, the fact is you are put on a show for the purposes of an experiment. Let's just call it what it is, right? And you are matched with somebody that you need, not somebody that you want. And therefore, it's up to the two people involved to then make a choice to want to put in the effort or to not want to put in the effort. And Lee is literally just saying that, like, can't you just put in effort? You know, like, we're here for a reason. We're here to try. You know, we're not here to play games. You know, we're not here to be like this. And to be honest with you, like, you don't have to, like, open up straight away or anything like that. It's just a matter of just getting to know the person. Do you know what it is? The best way they can go about this is just to treat things as if you just met someone for the first time and you have no expectations and it's just somebody you're just looking to get to know. That's it. Clean slate. That's it. Nothing else but that. You know, you don't have to put it in a perspective of where you have to kiss or you have to stay together or anything like that. Just put in a perspective, you know what, I just want to get to know this person right now. You know, can we create energy that's going to make me say, you know what, you're actually the person that I've always needed in my life. And now I also want you. Do you see what I'm saying? But some people come in there with such a blocked off mind. It's just tragic.
More than the outside world. I know I'm not her type, but also she's not my type. Be open to giving a little bit more, because if it's not, I can't see myself going through this process. It's just a waste of time for me.
Precisely, because at the end of the day, you know, she also states that it's a good thing that when it comes to type, neither one of these two are each other's types, because the good thing is shows which one is willing to at least try and which one is just looking to be a dick about it. You know what I mean? Because literally there's no harm in trying. That's what life is about. Trying.
I'm playing this now. Do you want to go and play in the snow?
No. There is an element of me that...
And then in that same conversation, she's like, no. Like, girl, like I said this before, I said it again. All she's doing is ruining her own experience or having a good time.
Is maybe a bit more distant with you in the past. Subconsciously, I've built a wall up so much. It's like I've turned a switch off and I'm struggling to turn that switch back on.
Do you know what the crazy thing is when it comes to people and their switches and all that kind of nonsense? Yes, I call it nonsense. Is that people will happily turn that switch on each and every time they find somebody that they're into. But when it's someone that they're not into instantly, that's the only time that switch is predominantly activated. So I'm just curious, if she had come in and she had obviously met a woman that was more alpha, as she wanted, would this switch still be off, or would she have been more easygoing by now? Do you see what I'm saying? So I do feel like when people have a guard sometimes, like it's conditional. It's like it depends on the person. But then some people but then there are some people who've got like a serious guard up. It doesn't matter who you are, that guard is up, strong, airtight. But yeah, I do wonder if things would have been different. But it's good that she's opening up now, and it's good that she's obviously turning a new leaf.
Like, there's a bit of me that's kind of like kicking myself a little bit. I'm like, why is that bit not there?
Yeah.
Because like, I am attracted to you in a lot of ways.
What I appreciate today is like me telling you that I feel like we need to meet 50-50, and already you've gone away and you've worked on that straight away within hours, do you know?
I mean, listen, that is such a good thing. You know, that is a good thing, you know. It's definitely a progression, but now I'm kind of annoyed because I was predicting these two to be the first ones to leave the experiment. Now I don't know. I'm not even going to try and make predictions anymore about who's leaving the experiment until the end of next week. Yeah, I want to wait until week 3 and I'll start making them, because, boy, a lot of couples who start off rocky end up, you know, taking a U-turn. But at the same time, Sarah and Dean, yeah, I don't see that happening. Yeah, I'm contradicting myself right now. But we shall see. We shall see. Let's move on to the next couple.
Oh, fucking hell.
You being a lady tonight? I think your stumbling block about Maeve is she's got this big sort of character that's almost boisterous energy. But me, that's strong, you know. But obviously,
I feel like there's a fine line between somebody having their guard up compared to someone that's just someone who just behaves quite grotesque. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm just not a big fan of burpers. Like, hate that, man. But oh god, it's such an ick for me. I just can't. You know what? I'm not a fan of burpers. I'm not a fan of people who were women, to be fair. If I'm looking to be with a woman, I'm not a fan if she burps. You know, I mean, the burping isn't the end of the world, but I'm just not a fan of it, you know? It's not the end all, but it's just, if it's a fart, that's a problem. That is a problem. Now, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. And also eating with your mouth open and talking when talking with a full mouth. Yeah, no. I can't. I just can't with that nonsense.
So you said that you have like a guard up. And I think when, like, me and you were in the villa, that's when, like, your guard comes down. But when we're more in, like, a public setting, it goes back up again.
You piss me off.
Why have I pissed you off?
Because you have.
For what reason?
Because you have.
Why?
Because I actually feel myself going to kick off soon.
That's just crazy business. Well, because he told you that your guard is down a little bit. She was thinking, oh, my assumption is she was more pissed at the fact that her guard wasn't up as strong as she thought it was. I don't know, but either way, though, her reaction here was just, yeah, crazy business.
What do you mean? No, I haven't said. I don't explain what. Do you know what I mean?
Because I just don't want everyone to see that I am like this.
Like
Like, personality that I don't give a fuck. And, like, obviously, you know that I've got a softer side with. I don't want everyone to see that.
So why wouldn't you?
Because I don't.
Why do you care about
Because
that?
I do.
That's a girl or a woman that needs a whole lot of work, man. A whole lot of work. You know, like, there's a certain stage in our life that I believe that we all should get to where we just don't give a F about what anyone thinks. But to still be at this age in her life, 29 I think she is, and still caring, yeah, that's a bit of a sticky one.
For what? Yeah, but that isn't a reason, is it?
Well, yeah, it is. Let me guard up really, really quick. And that is the type of person that I am. I don't want anyone really to see how vulnerable I can be because I've been hurt so many times. Gone straight back up.
Like, yeah, but that's just the way life works sometimes, you know? Well, it works for everyone, to be fair. I don't know anyone that's been in a relationship that has worked, you know what I mean? I get it, obviously. Look at it this way. If she's got a sequence of relationships in her life and they all end up the same, it clearly means that her choice in partners is just trash. Clearly means that she keeps going for the same type and has never been open to going for a different type. But don't get me wrong, sometimes going for a different type may not always be the answer, because sometimes you can go for a different type and that one can still be a douche. But then at that point, if everybody's a douche, then you got to look at yourself. What energy are you projecting that's putting these people in this business where they feel it's okay to treat you the way they're treating you? Because sometimes people treat us based on how we present ourselves. You know what I mean? Because, you know, you can get a line, she could go somewhere and get a line of like 3 different guys, all have 3 different personalities, you know, and date every single one of them, but then have the same result. At that point, the problem is you. It is literally you. Like, there's something that you're giving off. It's just that simple. Like, look at it this way. If there's 3 women in front of me right now, you know, and one has a classy, you know, obviously look, energy. One has got a bit more less classy, a bit more trashy, attitude things, you know what I mean? It's a bit, you know what I'm saying? So, and then, yeah, like, that's how people will treat you based on how you present yourself. So, to be honest, there could be a chance of just how she presents herself. And to be fair, I'm going to go with that, because the girls out here burping and doing all kinds of weird things, like, on the first time seeing this guy. Yeah, she literally creates her own issues, if you ask me personally, but that's just me.
To see that I've got that softer side. Because, like, I do struggle opening up. And, like, even just opening up to you about little things, like, that's massive for me. Honest. But I just feel like every time when I let more people in, that's when I get fucked over more.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm
I said, there's obviously a pattern.
always a bit of a dick. I know, but everyone else has, though. So.
But I do appreciate, obviously, waking up the next day, basically apologizing in a way, and obviously just explaining that she was obviously in the wrong, do you know what I mean? But also giving him an actual real answer this time of why she behaved the way she behaved, because before he asked her, like, why, and she couldn't give him an answer. You know what I mean? She used it just because. So it's good that she obviously woke up and decided to give it a chance, which is what you're supposed to do, you know? Because why come in and experiment if you're not gonna, you know, do it properly? You know, like he may actually be that guy for her. You never know. You know, but nonetheless, though, I must say that without all the makeup, maybe she is a very beautiful woman. Because before she came in, I was like, oh boy, looking a lot. But anyway, we move on.
Someone who is excited about life, and I'm getting the impression that Devani is low energy.
Wow.
I don't want a boring life. I want to do fun things together.
Maybe it'll spark and come in time.
I mean, I have dated, like, taller guys.
Huh?
He just feels like a really nice friend at the moment.
See, this woman doesn't make any sense. Like, she tells us that the problem is that she wants somebody who's a bit more fun, basically. But then she tells him it's because of his height. How is he meant to know what he could do better if he wants to do better for you, if you're telling him something that isn't relevant? Literally, the height thing isn't the relevance. She even said in the first episode that he's not as tall as I'm used to, but it's okay. I'll get to know him. So she's already she knows that she's willing to give him the benefit of the doubt regardless of his height. So why she said that makes no sense. You see what I'm saying? She should have just said to him, listen, I feel like you're a little bit of low energy or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Just so he can acknowledge it and then obviously decide obviously how he wants to behave moving forward. But instead of doing that, what does she do? It tells him it's about his height and then comes back and then tells us the same thing again. Watch.
Devani is just boring. I just want to let her hair down. Have any
So you tell him that.
fears? What scares you the most?
I was always alone, just even with my whole family. And I think first.
Yeah, I meant it all. With Devani, it is quite difficult to find the fun, light-hearted side and just be a bit carefree.
I think is that I've always went through life questioning why certain things happen. It's always hit and misses.
That's what's
You know, I really didn't like this scene at all, to be honest with you. She really did annoy me because she's asked me obviously what he's scared of. And I granted, obviously, she didn't mean anything deep. She meant animals or whatever. Don't get me wrong. But he decided to go for the more deep approach and obviously open up to her. And to correct me if I'm wrong, but when you're getting to know someone, vulnerability is a big thing. Because then that person's being able to get to know you for you. But instead of her allowing herself to acknowledge that this man has no fear in terms of being emotionally available, she just shoots him down. What?
strange way to look at it.
Nah, not really. That shit sucks.
Yes.
No one caters to me. That shit sucks.
He doesn't see any positives or with me. It's just negative. You're saying it sucked. You sit in the negativity and you attract negativity and draw negativity. And
okay, you know what? Even though that line itself in particular is a good line, but at the same time, it's not relevant in that context at all. This woman literally has refused to basically be to be emotionally available there. She's obviously somebody who, she's the kind of person that if you have an argument with her, she's gonna use anything that you said to her against you without a shadow of a doubt. But this is why there's a lot of men who struggle to open up to women, because of this type of behavior. There's nothing wrong with what he did at all. She could have been like, you know what, I get what you're saying, but let's she could have just been like, listen, I completely get what you're saying, and then obviously after that maybe just change the subject or whatever, or flip it, whatever. But she the best thing would have been just to acknowledge what he said, just to give him reassurance that she's with that she's one of those people that he's always going to be there to listen to him, and and obviously all that kind of stuff. But nah, all she does is show him nothing but a red flag. She showed him that if she's not hearing what she wants to hear, well then she's going to be a little child about it, because god damn, there was just no need for the way she reacted. But let's play some more.
it was a disaster. It just feels like it's just a lot of negativity.
I came into this experiment to find my person, have someone that I can, as well as having fun, offload to, intentional to put you in that situation where it was like, damn, I'm trying to be Mr. Negative. Hit me in that moment.
He wasn't. Listen, he said it better the first time. Someone offload to. Everybody needs someone to offload to. There's no point in marrying someone or being with somebody if you don't have the ability to offload to that person. Okay, that's how it's such a big thing for our own mental health. But nah, this woman is nothing but a red flag at this moment in time. I'm not gonna lie to you folks. Nah, not having it.
And I was just pouring out the feelings.
But the way it's just like a tornado of negativity. And it's hard to want to be intimate and grow and develop something when everything is so intense, and have a talk about traumas and then get into bed with you.
I don't know what waffle is she's talking about. What do you mean? Plenty of people will have conversations about certain traumatic things and still be able to get into bed with that person to give them comfort. Doesn't necessarily mean it has to be intimate, it can just be, to be fair, intimate is also just comfort, just a cuddle or whatever, just reassuring that person that you're there for them. Do you see what I'm saying? Honestly, the amount of waffle coming out of her mouth is baffling. Utterly baffling. She's obviously somebody who's got her own demons, and somebody who hasn't dealt with them, and somebody that is clearly done anything and everything to run away from them. That's why she likes to be around this is why she likes to be around positive energy, and do fun things, all that kind of stuff, because she's running away from acknowledging her own issues, which isn't a bad thing per se, because if it works for you, it works for you, because that's your mechanism, that's your method of getting by every day. So there's nothing wrong with it. But put someone else down for being emotionally available and open, and nah, that's just nasty business. Anyway, good luck to this guy, man, because boy, yeah. I know for me, I'll be like, yeah, I'm good. Anyway, let's move on to the next one, please.
I don't think he's an alpha. No, but he's an alpha. They don't try too hard to be like that.
So I like being in the gym, always in the gym. Like, I go every day. I can never go a week without going 24 days in a month. So
This guy's a clown. I'm always in the gym. I even go 24 days. What? Why are you counting how many days you go in and doing? This is why she was saying that, yeah, he's forcing it. Absolutely forcing it. Yeah, nah.
Yeah, I'm always in the gym.
To me that he trained every day.
When he says train, he means he does 5 press-ups in the morning.
The thing is with his ex, in ways like how he like sort of changed a little bit.
Yeah, he changed his dress sense a little bit.
He changed his dress sense to match the partner.
I think so.
A little bit.
It's interesting because obviously Rebecca wasn't a fan of that, because she sees it as obviously she's looking for a man who's alpha. But it is very clear that obviously when it comes to the term alpha, obviously they both have 2 different meanings for it. You know what I mean? And I'm actually sick and tired of, I believe there was another season that we saw, or we reviewed anyway. I don't know if it was the UK one or if it was the, no, it was the Australian one. There was another woman there looking for an alpha or whatever, or wanted to be a stay-at-home mum or whatever it was. But the thing is though, when you say to someone, oh, I'm looking for someone who's a bit more of an alpha, don't say you're looking for an alpha. Tell someone what you're looking for. Because everybody's gonna have their own definition of what that is. You see what I'm saying, okay? I would say that I have alpha tendencies. Would I say I'm alpha all the time? I don't know. I feel like I'm too relaxed, to be fair, most of the time. So I just feel like when I need to put my foot down, I put my foot down. But that's not necessarily like, I don't mean in a bad way. Like sometimes, obviously, if I need to step up, that's the one. If I need to step up and I'll do what's necessary. Do you see what I'm saying? So I have alpha tendencies. But the matter of fact is, she should be coming in there and saying, yeah, you know, obviously I want a guy that's gonna do this, is gonna do that, you know, blah 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 blah. Like, give examples. You know what I mean? Give a tutorial if you have to. Because has us men, we need bloody tutorials. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, sometimes with us men, like we're better off being told what you want rather than you hoping that we're gonna know exactly what you mean. So to be honest, they need to. Some of the women that come on the show need to stop coming in here and saying that I want a man that's alpha without explaining what the hell that is to you. Okay.
If I've got concerns around Bailey, an alpha doesn't change for anybody. I want to get to know somebody for who they are and to fall in love with that. But
yeah, it's like, I wouldn't think, I mean, I wouldn't say, I get what she's saying about alpha wouldn't change for anybody, but then sometimes some people can have the ability where they still want to compromise. You know, compromise is healthy. Even an alpha has the ability and should be, and it's okay for them to compromise sometimes for the greater good. If he was in a relationship with another woman and she dressed a certain type of way and he felt like, you know what, I want to dress like that too, then so be it. It is what it is. So be it. To say that that's not alpha, I don't know. Let me know your thoughts, please.
Everything I've said has been total truth.
I want you to be 100% you.
Yeah, but
That's so important to me. Like, I want you to just be yourself.
I feel like
that when you was with an ex,
yeah,
she dressed quite quirky, and they said that you like match that, and you don't want you to change at all for me.
To be fair, before we even get into that, the main thing here with Bailey is that Bailey definitely needs to start being more truthful, because boy, his friends literally ratted him out.
I wouldn't see it changing. I would see it growing with someone that made me into the person I am today. I think, like, I want to meet someone that I can grow with and they can grow with me, and I think that's healthy.
I mean, to be fair with you, in no shape or form is there anything wrong with that answer, to be fair. That answer it's a very good answer. It's very sound. So, yeah. I mean, he was quick on his feet with that one.
It's like he's got the gift of the gab. I just want to make sure that the person I'm with, and they're really sure of themselves and they don't change.
I mean, listen, I get it. But at the end of the day, she wants a man that wants, but based on the thing that she's saying, she basically wants a man who's a leader. She wants a man that she has to adapt to, that she has to, you know, obviously live by his life, you know, someone that she can learn from. You know, someone that she feels like that can guide her. Someone that she knows that if they put their mind to something, they're gonna follow through. They're not gonna, you know, do said thing. So I get it. I do understand what she's looking for. Completely get it. But boy, yeah, it's an interesting one here. Well, nonetheless, though, that is episode 5 out of the way. Obviously, the next episode is on Sunday, I believe. So I shall catch you guys either on Sunday or Monday morning. Yeah, on the review of that one. Thank you so much for your time. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and peace.